We're going to talk about created press in a minute, those stories that are set up and whether you would get involved in anything like that. But let's take a call. We've got Al on the line, who's calling from Ilkeston. Al, what do you want to ask Max Clifford?
Good evening, Max.
Hello.
I'd like to ask you about Garry Glitter. Arguably a great pop icon of the 70s.
Absolutely.
But what he did, the paedophilia that he was found guilty of, was roundly condemned by the whole world, apart from perhaps other paedophiles. And the question I'd like to ask you is it more important for you to destroy the icon, or more important to deal with the issue that was raised by Garry Glitter?
Totally the issue. I've spent many years exposing paedophiles all over the country, a lot of them totally anonymous. It's something that obviously means a lot to me, and because people come to me, ordinary members of the public, unfortunately they trust me, I'm able sometimes to put the spotlight on these people. I mean, there was a whole team up in the northeast that are now in prison. So it's not because they're famous. You speak as you find.
Yes.
And with Garry Glitter, because people came to me that were very close to him and were dreadfully upset about what they knew, obviously, I did what I could to show him up for what he really is.
With hindsight, would you have dealt with the matter differently? Could you have actually turned it around to say this man was obviously sick, and could you then have used it to highlight other problems? Or do you think that by just totally destroying Garry Glitter and forcing him into exile, it actually tended to push the problem further under the carpet?
No, I mean, quite the opposite. Putting it under the carpet. Up until then, he got away with it. After that, he couldn't get away with it. After that, if Garry Glitter was around you and you had young children, you were cautious. Before, you weren't. So I think, I did the right thing, and I'm happy that I played a small part in bringing Garry Glitter out in his full glory.
Al, thanks very much for your call. Thanks very much for your call, Al. I couldn't agree with you more, and I think these people should be exposed. Is there ever a case, though, where you would think, no, let's just leave them be? Or if I told you today and gave you the evidence, no matter who they are, how big they are, would you reveal it to the press? Because that's your moral duty, if you like.
It depends on... Look, I have a PR business. This is just something that I've tapped into over the last 20 years because more and more people, members of the public, come to me. And sometimes I'm in a position to do something. But, I make up my own mind. And if I'm comfortable with a situation and I believe that, this should be shown up, I do my best to do that. Unfortunately, often I can.
Got Jane on the line. Hello, Jane.
Hi.
Hi, what do you want to say to Max?
Basically, I don't agree with people doing character assassination on, and taking people's private life into the open forum, into the public forum.
So you don't think paedophiles should be shown up, Jane? Don't you think possibly families need protection from them?
I'm talking about David Beckham. I mean, was there any need, to show him up?
Well, we didn't actually, love. I think he was possibly responsible for his own situation. If you're a major star and you're playing away, allegedly, and you get caught, I don't really think you've got anybody else to blame because you're in the media spotlight and you know that you use the media all the time to help build your career, to make money. So I don't think you've got too many complaints as and when, and if you get caught out, that's just facing up to reality. As I say, most of my business is about protecting major stars, but if they get caught with their pants down, so to speak, I say, well, you've only really got yourself to blame.
But do you not think that, we as a nation can't celebrate anybody's success?
No, I agree with that. And I've just been at the Pride of Britain Awards, which goes out tomorrow night, which is all about success and people, ordinary people doing wonderful things. I'm a great believer in that. I'm a great believer in trying to bring out the good things about British society and the good things that people do and the kindnesses that people do. But the fact is we are obsessed with stars. The media are obsessed with stars. And it sells newspapers, like it or not, when they're caught out, which is why people, buy papers. So if the public stop buying it, the newspapers will stop doing it.